Saturday, July 24th, Nargu updates. Starting off with Texas Snake. We're getting closer and closer to this event occurring. So much of what is occurring has not happened since 2004, 2005. Pimpy says if you go talk to any individual that actually works in an exchange or bank and you ask them about the special redemption centers or the 800 numbers, they're going to look at you like you're an idiot. I know I did. I wanted to make sure that when the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnam Dong rate changed, I knew where to go right away. So I went to my Wells Fargo, spoke with the manager there. At the time, Wells Fargo was buying and selling currencies. I said to him, if I had a currency, he kept cornerstoning me, trying to ask me which currency I had. I told him the Iraqi Dinar. I thought he was going to say it was a scam, and that is not what he said. He said at the current time, Wells Fargo does not buy or sell the Iraqi Dinar or the Vietnam Dong. I said, is it a scam? He said, no, people are creating scams using those currencies. We get a lot of calls by people who are lied to or misled to what to do with these currencies. I asked, how does this work? He says, well, let's say you have 1,000,000 dinars. As soon as you hear some rate change has happened and you're ready to sell your currency, once our branch corporation tells us we're allowed to buy and sell the currency again, you simply come into the bank. Let's say you're getting $3 for every $1 or every 1 dinar. If you're thinking you're coming in here thinking we're going to give you $3 million, that is not going to happen. Pimpy says the bank doesn't hold that much money. What will happen is this. You will let me see the dinars. I'll go over to the machine, make sure they're not counterfeit. They're legit. Once that's validated, I would come to you. I'd say, right now is the current rate. Are you okay with that rate? You would agree. And they charge you, I think he said 1 or 1.5% fee. So if you had 3 million and we took it out our fees, whatever the balance would be deposited into your bank account. So if you wanted to take out 20,000, 50,000, that might be okay, but anything higher, you'd have to set an appointment so they can order the money. Pimpy asked, what else? And he goes on, what do you mean, what else? I said there's nothing else to do, so he said, no, that's it. Mark Z via PDK on the banking side, groups still feel like we're well within our window. Things are moving forward quickly. I don't know if we're waiting for something at this point. I've been asked not to comment on exchanges and groups for 24 hours. I'm going to honor this one. The good news is we know the original group reference is still very much intact. The leadership protocols have not changed on it, so don't panic. You're in a very good hands, and we'll leave it right there. According to Walking Stick Frank 26, we're very concerned for you. In your mind, you're saying, oh my goodness, it's time. I'm going to exchange. Well, they said that is your business. In my opinion, that would be extremely incorrect. Right now, the Iraqi dinar is pegged with the United States dollar inside and outside of Iraq's borders. Soon, they'll go international and lift the value of the currency, still pegged to the American dollar. But at that point, they will be on par with the American dollar 1-to-1. That's when you're going to exchange. I always called it the 1-to-1 sucker bet. Breitling says, I personally know politicians, one of them just passed away a couple years ago, that all had the dinar. 2 of our ex-presidents had dinar. Their vice presidents had the dinar. They didn't have it, but they had it, but they do have it. And we have Bruce from via Wiser Now. Most of the banks out there we talk to that have gone almost silent. Now, from the sources that I have, we're getting is talking about something taking place over the weekend. Meaning there's a possibility, though not guaranteed. We don't have it confirmed. They want us to know when exactly it is conceivable. We could get notified on Saturday and start on Saturday. Walking Stick and Frank 26 again, but if you want to exchange, that's your business. I don't blame you, but I want you to know shortly after that, or eventually, that's the problem we don't know. Our teams feel confident that they're going to do a controlled float. They're going to join a basket of currency at that time. I don't know when. At that point, they will unpeg from the American dollar for international growth. Will you wait for it? They say it's strictly up to you. 1-to-1 is not their ultimate goal. Their ultimate goal is to reinstate their currency. Lastly, Militiaman says that he can say that everything we know to date is all good. There comes a time when all things have to come together, and it looks as though they are. I can imagine the fist-bumping deals made over the last 48 hours and possibly still going on. I can't imagine Kazemi being in DC and not having something to give, take, or sign. Regardless who he meets by extension, it will be through the USTWB, IMF, UN, BIS, WTO, etc. Let's remember the white papers have been in implementation mode.